Greetings, YouTube. You know, Mordo is one of those defenders that is still so annoying to fight. And, you know, he's not the hardest to get down because his damage output isn't that severe. But at the same time, the Astro Evade can still cause plenty of issues. And so over the years, you know, there's certain Mordo counters that have been a mainstay. A few Alliance Quest seasons ago, Mordo was the main mini boss in the Alliance Quest map. And so, in so many cases, you just had to have somebody in the Alliance that would bring their Drax in. Anybody that had like a 5-star Drax, at least at rank 3 or rank 4, or maybe even sometimes a 4-star Drax at rank 5, would take care of business. But for those of you who don't know, Drax got about, a year ago, what the community likes to refer to as a silent nerf, where because of quote-unquote frame rate issues, Drax no longer bypassed Mordo's Astro Evade, and thus Drax's utility in general went down significantly. And even though Drax is still a champion that can do some damage, it is disappointing to know that one of his main reasons to be ranked up no longer applies. But there have been still some champions that haven't faced the drop rate issue and can still bypass the Astro Evade, especially with a heavy attack, and Archangel is one of them. I apologize for the blurry video. I'm in between labs, and I was going through my messages, trying to respond to as many line-app people as I can to make sure I keep that number below 1,000 when possible. And there is a user who told me that this has been bothering him for over 24 hours, and given that this is in-game week, I think it's kind of cool to, despite the blurry video, give a shout-out to Mr. Thanos1807, because he uses his 4-star Archangel quite a bit, as many people do, and noticed this in the new patch update, that the Mordo fight was, shall we say, far more frustrating than before, because it reminds me very much of the Drax silent nerf, and I didn't see anything in the patch notes that I remember letting us know that this is no longer the ability to happen. I might have just missed it. Certainly wouldn't be the first time that has happened to me, but a couple of users, including this user, also missed it and didn't discover that this was now an issue until the actual fight. So again, apologize for the blurry video. You get it compressed very fast. And yes, I could probably find a Mordo at some point if I get a dual target or down a path, but it's just easier for me in the limited amount of time I have to make videos on a daily basis to show you this example. So he is going to go in and he's going to parry and he's going to do the heavy attack as always, and you can see that the heavy is instantly evaded with the Astro Evade, and there is no chance to clip Mordo at all. Now, you do have an instance where sometime it's not 100% of a fail, as you saw just now. So it's very confusing. Like Drax, you can't do it anymore, and that's very frustrating. But yeah, in general, it's still the case that it looks like at times maybe you can, but for the most part, as you can see there, it's not reliable anymore. And that is a fairly big deal. So again, it's only a 45-second video. Let's just rewind this one more time and play it. So you miss on the first one, right? And then you miss on the second one. And then you connect on the third one. But 1 out of 3, 33%, were in Russell Westbrook three-point shooting territory. And so he's 1 out of 3 right now. And, of course, he's taken most of the damage from that Astro Evade stun counter. And then tries to go 1 for 4. And he becomes 1 for 4. So we're at 25% now reliability in this. And then that was, all he tried. So I just want to say that this is not, at least at the onset, it does not appear to be a reliable method now. Of course, there are certain champions that you can bring in. One of the interesting utilities about quite a few people saying now with the Infinity Stone change to OG Avengers, they're thinking about taking up, say, their 4-star or 5-star OG Captain America. And he did get a little bit of a buff, also about a year ago, where when you block into someone, that causes fatigue, and fatigue actually bypasses Mordo's Astro Evade. So if you were to fight Mordo with OG Cap, you would simply hold block to start the fight, make sure that the fatigue debuff was applied to Mordo, and then counter with your parry, and then a counter. So yeah, basically you could parry Mordo once fatigue was on him. I don't know why that sentence in the moment was so hard to spew out. It's like I'm recording this at 8 in the morning or something on 3 hours of sleep. But there you have it. Again, blurry video, yes. Sorry for that, but at the same time, it really does help me when there's an issue that you see come up in the game. If you send me a quick video so that not only can I give you a shout out, but it doesn't take me a separate amount of time to record said video myself and then do a voiceover over it. It's something that I know might look a little bit blurry on your end, but it really does make it to where I'm able to produce more content to help the community faster in the limited amount of time that I do so on a daily basis, especially during the semester, which thankfully is winding down pretty fast. So there you have it. Have you all noticed this? Was this in the patch notes and I just missed it? Again, wouldn't be the first time that was the case, but this is the case where if you don't read the patch notes, even if it isn't in it, you won't actually discover that this doesn't work reliably. In this video, it was only 25%. Until you get into the fight and most likely get wrecked. So comment below, let me know. Hopefully either this gets fixed or we're just going to see more frame rate, drop rate explanations like the Drax, unfortunately, for future champions, even champions like Archangel.